Hello, guys. Welcome to our live pre New York. Please, if you can hear me loud and clear, type on the chat box. If you can hear me loud and clear. So I'm just going to go over the market and see what we have. Last week or last 2 weeks, the market have been ranging, and just on Friday, we saw that nice expansion. Right, we saw that nice expansion. So, guys, I'm gonna share my screen so that we get to business. August is already winding off. August usually used to be a very stressful month for traders because market is always, kind of ranging. So, but it's winding off. This is last week of August. Next week, start of September. Okay, so yeah, so if you can see my screen, let me know so that we get to business. Okay, so you all can see my screen. So last week, Friday, right? Last week Friday, we saw this push happening here. The reason of this push is because Powell spoke on Friday. This is on GBPUSD, also on gold everywhere. We saw that massive movement. So the reason of that massive movement is because Powell spoke on Friday and he mentioned that they might probably um, cut rate sooner than expected. So maybe this September they'll probably want to cut the rates, right? So and throughout before Friday, since on Monday, price has been on a downtrend, right? So I had the buy set up right on that Friday, but I was so busy on Friday that I couldn't sit on the chart. So and I don't like trading while I'm not seated, right? So on Monday we had this move from Monday sell, and price were just like kind of ranging, and though it trended, but you can see the move was not that it wasn't that like an expansion move. It was slowly, right? But that also yield almost 173 pips, right? So it was a build up, and seeing how price made that build up like this, right? Not even from the top. If you bring this trend line build up from here, right? So the technical is already saying that price will want to clear that build up, right? So, but it cleared that on one candlestick on 1 hour on Friday, right? So currently, I'm not completely bullish yet, right? This candlestick supposed to be closed, right? Because the imbalance there is so much, and price usually come back to the opening of that candle. So probably I'm still looking for a sell this week, right? Rolling into September, right? So currently, if you notice the main movement of what is happening on GBPUSD, right? The main movement of what is happening on GBPUSD is that price was on a bullish run since from August, right? This is first August. So price was on a bullish run, and ending of August, now it's created a bearish movement, right? You can see that bullish from the beginning of August. That was NFP. This was NFP release, right? All the way to that top 450 pips, right? So what I want you to pay attention to is this high that was taken, right? This high that was taken. I mean, fundamentals are good. Fundamentals move the market long term. But if you pay attention to what the chart is saying, right, and you understand how to read the chart, you'll see that the fundamental output is usually stated on the chart footprint, right? On the chart, something might be about to happen, right? But you won't know. Sorry, let me get. Can pick this phone. Okay. Let me just mute this phone. 1 second. So it won't distract us again. Right. So what I want you to notice is that what will happen usually is to show on the chart. Fundamental just come and amplify it and enhance it, right? So the movement on the candlestick, movement on the chart usually tell us what is about to happen. And that is why when you're trading, right, fundamental is good to put that into perspective, right? So but always look at what the chart is doing, right? Look at where the chart is and what it is doing, right? So if you can see this movement here that happened July, right, from July 23 down to 1st of August, that was a bearish movement, right? Almost 450 pips. Now on 14 August, right, price took out that high. So and that means it has supply money into the market because all these buyers, all these sellers here that did not take profits, they have been taken out by this movement that took at that high, right? So which people say liquidity has been taken out. So price mitigating that level now is enough. 450 pips taken out, right? Meaning those sellers taken out is enough to push the market, to opposite direction. And that is why we are seeing this sell happening, right? So now this sell is going to happen. Probably we can see it down to this level. Price can still be bullish because if interest rate is going to be cut, we want to see uh, GBP going up, right? Because the dollar will lose its steam. It's going to lose its steam because interest rate is going to be cut. So now we have this last level that was not mitigated, right? We have that demand zone that was not mitigated before price push. So I'm just gonna put this like this, right? So before price push to the upside to take out that high, you can see this level here, this other block here was not mitigated, right? So what does that mean for us? It means that we have a low that should be taken out before price keep on going higher, right? So before price keep on going higher, we need to take out that low there. So this low now is now a magnet for price based on my own understanding on the market, right? So that means when will be the next sitting for FOMC? Let us see if September calendar is already up for rate. Let us look at September. Okay, NFP next week, Friday. CPI. Okay, I'm just looking at when we're going to have rates. Okay, so September 17, right? Federal fund rate will be out September 17. Okay, so this is where we expect rates to be cut, right? This is where we expect rates to be cut. So whatever the output be, if he decide to cut the rate, fine. If he decide not to cut the rate, fine. We're going to see on September 17, which will be on a Wednesday. So now what am I going to anticipate from now to September 17, right? I will want to see price rolling down to this level before September 17. And if this tally, right, if price roll down to this level and about September 17, and the Federal Reserve decide to cut the rate, then we should see a push, right? It should just happen like that, right? So we should see the trend starting up to the upside for maybe a new highs on higher time frame or so, right? So this is how I want to see this setup playing out, right? So you can see how things work out when you're using technical analysis for your own decisions, right? So that is long term. So currently today, I'm looking for a sell, right? Probably today, tomorrow, I'm looking for a sell on GBP USD, right? We see this candlestick that created a buy on 4 hours, though the Mind5 bot has given a buy on 4 hours, but I'm not taking that buy because I understand the whole story of where we're coming from. And I waited for 1 hour to create a sell for me first. So 1 hour has created a sell, right? So this 1 hour has created a sell. I've start getting confirmation. So I'm willing to take the risks first on this sell and see how it goes from that before I start layering it up, right? So that is what I'm looking at on GBP USD at the moment. So let's look at gold. I've been on transit for the past 3 days, and I missed this buy. Right, this buy I was waiting for it because I knew price is going to give us a short term reaction. Right, it was a daily level, so I was supposed to put a pending order there, but I did not put a pending order because I wasn't online. So price came and tapped into that daily level, and the buy happened yesterday. I think yesterday morning. You can see price tap into the buy level and reacted immediately. Right, so it went as high as 300 pips, I think, in less than 1 hour. I wish I could that trade, but yeah, it's gone. So on gold, still we have an overall bullish overall bullish sentiment also on gold because interest rate is going to be cut as well, right? So that means gold should also keep going up. So, but from now till September 17, what could happen on gold? Now, gold has been creating a very confusing range because we look at the whole range of where it is right now. We have this strong high here, right? This strong high here that created this weak low here, right? So why I call this a weak low is because it is this strong high that created this low. So when a strong high creates a low, it's known as a weak low. So but now this weak low here has done what? It has created another strong high here, another weak high here, right? So now this weak high that was created, it makes this weak low now become a strong low because it created this weak high, right? So and this weak high here now has created uh, another weak low here, and this become another strong high. So it has been in a very confusing range, right? And that is why we have to be careful with the expansion because right now we don't know where the main expansion is going to be because this strong high created this weak low. This weak low created another weak low, making it a strong high. And this weak low created another weak low, making it another strong high. So one must be taken out. So if this low here takes out this high, it means this low is strong and this low is strong and the buyers are more stronger, right? So but currently it has not taken that out and it has been ranging on this level, on this daily level, right? So if that daily level should hold, then possibly we might see gold going lower, right? There's a there's a level I want gold to touch before we reach all-time high, which is this level on 4 hours, right? The 33300. Very important level. Let me just put this level here. Yeah. Because if price doesn't mitigate that level, it will always attract it no matter how high it goes. So I'll prefer price to come and touch that level before creating all-time high. So currently that is the level I'm looking at as a magnet, right? As a magnet. So this daily level, it was mitigated yesterday as well on all on that same time, right? So if it doesn't hold, we have two levels up here that I'll be looking for a sell position, right? Which will be the 3398.59 and 3416.38, right? The 3416.38 looks more clean. So, but 33398, which is close to 3400, also is a key level, right? Meaning it's an institutional level. So that level also probably might hold, right? Because we have some equal highs here that we have stop losses probably sitting on that level. So, but because of institutional flow at 33400, price might just react from there. So, if this daily level doesn't hold, that will be the next level I'll be looking for sell, right? To look for buy will be at 3300 if price should keep coming down, right? So, currently at 1 hour, we can see structure has changed to buy already. So it is best for us to enter a sell position if we're looking at taking short at the current level. To enter a sell position there, we should wait for at least 1 hour sell notification on the Mind5 bot, right? That's for those who have the Mind5 bot. If you don't have the Mind5 bot, you can wait for a break of structure, meaning like this. Price should break a low, create a lower high, break another low, and then you can take the lower high, right? So, but if you have the Mind5 bot, all you have to do is just set your alert and wait for a sell on 1 hour. The reason I'm waiting for a sell signal on 1 hour is because price is in a very critical range. You can see how I explain how weak lows are creating highs, making it strong. So there's a lot of um interest currently on price. So the expansion will be very good, but we don't know where the expansion is going to happen. And that is why we're going to wait for key levels to make our own decision, right? So that is that on gold. Also, I'll be looking at USD JPY. Oh my God, this USD JPY on Friday, I was having a sell open. I had a sell already running on 1483635. I had that sell running, and because I was about to do something, I closed it at just 1 pip profit and went to do that stuff I'm doing, and price just tanked when Powell spoke, right? So I missed that. And here again, I had a buy. Same on Friday, because Friday was market was about to close. Immediately I saw this sell happen and market was about to close, I just removed my buy limit, and this is how price have moved. I mean, I would have just held my buy limit and be like, fuck it, right? So price went 128 pips already from my buy. Gosh, I've missed that. That's a lot of money that I would have made, right? But yeah, market is always market. We'll always get opportunities, right? So currently on USD JPY, I am very, very bullish on USD JPY, very bullish. So what I'm going to look at for is a bullish setup, right? So I can see what price is doing already. Currently this is already gone. So let's look for an entry, right? Since price have react perfectly from that level, I'm going to be looking at this PY here, right? So let me just get this PY correctly. We have that PY closing price 146938. So yeah, so 146938. So I'm just gonna make it 14640. So we should look at a buy setup happening here, which would be very good for entry. So when price comes to 146,940, right? That would be a nice buy for us. So I'm just going to put this here. Yeah. So we can take that buy all the way to that the origin of that sell. And I have like 20 pips stop loss. If I have a tighter stop loss, you can put 10 pips. I'll probably put 10 pips because this is GBP JPY. Okay, so those are the pairs I'm looking at this week, and hopefully we see what the market is going to give us out of it. So yeah, guys, if you have any question, you can ask on the chat box. If you have any question, you can ask on the chat box. And remember, you can get the Mind5 bot. Just reach out to the person that invited you to Mind Finance. They will give you their link, so you get the referral link and you sign up for Mind5 bot. If you're coming from Mind Finance Telegram group, you have the link there to get your Mind5 bots, right? You can always reach out to us if you need any of our services at mindfinance.io. Also, if you're looking at getting 12x of your capital to trade with, you can always use Tag Market, right? The link to Tag Market, you go to that to our Telegram group, Tag Market Africa. So make sure you sign up with our link there for you to get the 12x opportunity, 12x funded with Tag Market. If you don't use our link, you probably won't get it. So make sure you use our link. So you can see you can search it on Telegram, Tag Market Africa, right? So use our referral link and you get started. So any question, if you have any question, you can ask. If you have any question, you can ask before we call it a day. Okay, so since we don't have any question, we're gonna call it a day because I will have to be on the Zoom meeting right now with our Fusion students. So remember, you can always get the Fusion package as well. Reach out to the person that invited you to this live and get the link to sign up. Right. If you're invited by me, you can just come to mindfinance.io and when you come to mindfinance.io, you go to shop. When you come to shop, right, we have the MindFi boats. You can get the MindFi boat for $99, right, and $50 every month. Ignore this copy. This copy we're using it to test our payment system because we want to be giving you guys the best payment system. So, but for the Fusion, it's very good to get the Fusion. It comes with 1 month free MindFi boot because the Fusion is where we do the education. Like right now, I'm going to be on a live Zoom with them. We're going to look at the market. We're going to learn some few things. Also, we're going to take some questions and answers and some setup and all of that, right? So that's the good part about the Fusion. When you buy the Fusion package, it comes with an inbuilt beginner, intermediate, and advanced pack, right? So you have access to my course completely when you use the Fusion package, right? And this is how my course look like. Let me see if I can just log in. I'm always forgetting my password here. So let me see if this goes. Okay. So this is how my course is. You have access to, you know, advanced, beginner, intermediate when you buy the Fusion package, right? So our beginners course is for those who have zero knowledge about trading, right? This is our beginners course. This is what I spoke about, right? Introduction to Forex, right? Forex market, all of these things for beginners, right? So each you click on, you have to study them, click complete so that I will know. And this is how the beginner's course is. And at the end, I also spoke about the strategy and everything that I know, also a video illustrating all of that. So these are the benefits of learning, right? This is all what you get from Mind Finance. I mean, I don't think there's any course as detailed as this out there in the whole world, right? So yeah, and you have access to our daily life. Like right now, I'm already 5 minutes into the live that I'm going to do with the Fusion students. So if you want to be part of them, this is how you can get started and get to access it. Currently, I'm not taking one-on-one courses, and yeah, that's my biggest gig, and it's usually for people who are looking at to be superstars in this industry, right? So that is all for now. And gonna call it a day because I have to go and focus on the Fusion guys. So guys, thank you for coming. I hope you learned one or two things today. Please do not forget, this week will not check Euro USD. I'll probably check Euro USD. I will check it, but not now. Probably check it. Yeah, you should check it. Euro USD should have a good setup as well. So that's all for today, and see you guys on the next live. Hopefully, we'll have another live tomorrow. Right now, I have free time, so I probably might be doing this every day. Just make sure you're in the Telegram group, and anytime I'm doing my live, I'm gonna post my link there when we are live. So that's all for today, guys. Do have a wonderful week trading. Okay, goodbye.